What if I told you Heartland's Ty Borden, yes, Graham Wardle himself, is living an adventure in Australia right now, and he's not alone. There's a romance, a wild road trip, and a podcast that could change everything you thought you knew about him. Curious? Stick around, because this story is just getting started. Let's jump right in. While Heartland fans everywhere are still hoping for Ty's return, Graham Wardle is making headlines for a whole different reason. He's exploring Australia, and he's got a special someone by his side. So, who is she? And how did this all happen? First, a little backstory. If you didn't know, Graham was married to Alison from 2015 to 2018. He quietly revealed during a pandemic live stream that they divorced, and after that, they went their separate ways. Around that same time, Graham made the huge decision to leave Heartland as the show entered its 14th season. It was clear, he was stepping into a brand phase of life, both personally and professionally. So what did Graham do next? He hit pause on acting and launched his podcast, Time Has Come. This show is all about stepping out of your comfort zone and exploring what's possible beyond the familiar. He's had amazing guests, including Heartland favorites like Amber Marshall and Kerry James. And yes, I know what you're thinking, there have always been rumors about Graham and Amber, but let's set the record straight, they're just close friends. Amber's been happily married to Sean since 2013. But here's where things get really interesting. Thanks to his podcast, Graham met someone who would become much more than a guest. Last October, he invited Paula Slero onto his show. Paula is an intuitive healer, kinesiologist, and teacher from Australia. After just a couple of sessions with her, Graham was so impressed that he knew he wanted her on his podcast. In his own words, what a blessing it has been to have met Paula. I found her work online and decided to book a session with her. After my second session, I knew I had to have her on the podcast. And just like that, a romance began. Paula and Graham's connection grew, and soon, they were inseparable. Fast forward to April, and the two announced they were hitting the road together, literally. They set off on a camper van adventure across Australia, promising epic rides, unforgettable moments, and a journey of self-discovery. But that's not all. While exploring the outback, Graham and Paula launched their own podcast called Divine Timing. The show is all about deepening your connection with God and finding the sacred in everyday life. Their first episode, Why We Don't Fear God, is already up on their website. If you're curious, I'll drop the link in the description below, let me know what you think. Now, every adventure has its bumps, right? On their trip, Graham and Paula bought a brand e-bike. Every night, they'd lock it up, except for one night, when they forgot. You guessed it, the bike was stolen. But instead of letting it ruin their trip, they chose to see the positive. They even said they hope the thief uses this experience as a turning point for healing in their own life. Talk about turning lemons into lemonade. So, what does all this mean for Graham's acting career? Will he ever return to Heartland? Last year, he teased some audition photos, but so far, there's no sign of him taking on an acting project. After leaving Heartland, he published a poetry book, dove into the world of Bitcoin, and now, he's embracing this adventure with Paula. Acting seems to be in the rearview mirror for now. But here's a twist you might not expect. Aidan Moreno, who plays Rick on Heartland, recently revealed that Graham bought land right next to Amber Marshall's property. So, even though he's road tripping through Australia, it looks like Graham plans to return to Canada. Maybe he's building a house, or even a ranch, with his partner. Now, I know what you're thinking. Could Graham ever return to Heartland? He once joked that the only way he'd come back is as a zombie. Can you imagine Heartland as a zombie apocalypse show? Yeah, probably not going to happen. It really seems like Graham has turned the page and is focused on building a happy, fulfilling life with Paula. So, what do you think of Graham's romance? Do you think he and Paula are a good match? Would you want to see him back on Heartland, even just for a cameo? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing what you all think. And if you want the latest scoop on Heartland Season 19 or more updates on Graham's adventures, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join our next season family. Until next time, keep embracing life's adventures. You never know what amazing chapter is waiting just around the corner.